Isn't that incredible? The king needs to be in the center, because what would happen is you would hide the king over there, and there would be nothing to attack. Since there is nothing to attack, like on h2, you can just leave. You can just go away. But when the king is here, you can't do that. So white needed to run his king. Magnus had to run his king in this direction faster. But Alireza didn't quite understand this and went bishop to f4, trying to play bishop e3 check. And that is exactly what he did. He put his bishop on e3. So his bishop moved from there to there. That looks like a very natural thing. And now he went queen g7. His logic was, my bishop on d6 is worse than my bishop on e3. Here, at least it's doing something. He's not entirely wrong. Queen back to d3 from Magnus. And after bishop b6, the advantage is now very substantial for white. Again, Alireza needed to play rook takes and try to hang on with queen and bishop. This king, again, just a little precariously positioned. It can't really get out of the territory. If rook f1 had been played, actually there's a very reasonable case to play king f1. And after queen g5, to maybe go king e2, to yet, go for this. But again, you have problems. That's the issue. Anyway, Alireza goes bishop b6. I think Alireza sort of gave up here. Dare I say. A little bit he gave up. And now Magnus goes queen e2, h5, and this is not an exaggeration, Magnus solves this position. It's an endgame. It's still an endgame. It's not so easy. Knight f1, knight f1, you can't really go. Black is always threatening all sorts of stuff on the f-file. It's not as easy as it looks. Very easy to blunder a checkmate. Magnus solves this position. There is one and only one way to win this. One and only one way. The first move that you have to play is h3. You have to soften this structure to be able to break out with your king and get your queen and knight out of the way. Black goes queen g7, Magnus chops that down. That's step one. That has now been softened, so it's harder for black to actually move the queen. Now, you lock the bishop out of the game. Look at the top line of the computer. c4. You are threatening c5.